All right, today on Unpacked, I am amped to talk about packaging. Nope. All right, let's get amped to talk about packaging for batteries today on Unpacked. So we found this little brand recently that is trying to do something better with batteries. And we're gonna dissect this a little bit today. And I'm going to leave it up to you a little bit and your comments and feedback below to tell us what you think. I'm not gonna give you all of my own opinions, but let's just take a look. So this is a company called the Better Battery Co. And they claim to be certified carbon neutral, and it's a battery purchase program. You purchase batteries for them, and then when you're done, they get sent off for recycling. So, packaging here says the only zero waste batteries on the planet, Better Battery Co. This particular pack is like 20 AA's and 20 AAA's. We've got another pack inside of here that I'll show you in a second. Long-lasting alkaline batteries and a built-in recycling program. Back here on the back of the pack, there is room for a shipping label. Again, you can use this pack to return back. Let's take a look at this one. And then this is a very different pack, but first of all, it comes in a mailer. This is a better bag. Store this compostable mailer in your battery box until your batteries are ready to be returned and properly disposed of. This is actually a setup box. Very different structure. Let's take a look at the two of these things just to kind of evaluate. First of all, the material. In fact, I can tell you right now, this is a white box that was printed all over to look like a corrugate, to look like a craft box. It's a bleached box substrate that they printed a corrugate look on. Interesting move there, trying to at least look more natural. All right, here's how it works. You follow the battery path each time you need a new one and return the battery pack blue side up. And then here is the configuration of the batteries in here. We've got all of our AA's and then all of our AAA's. Really pretty configuration. I'm not gonna give it a ton of points for utilization of space. I think it's pretty inefficient, but what they're trying to do is get you to use these batteries. And then when you're done with these batteries, so they kind of have a beige side and a blue side, to flip them upside down. So in here you see that the blue batteries are your used ones. And then when this is done, you ship this whole thing back. Let's move over to this, and then we're gonna talk about the program a little bit. Here is a setup box. And I don't know if this was like the old packaging. This is the new packaging. We purchased these both online. And this is a rather premium. We've got a couple of inserts here that talk about, that kind of outline all the instructions. We've got 3 things of stickers. We have a little corrugate insert here that looks like it has a divider line, and then adds a little bit of padding to the top. And then we've got this box here. Again, same kind of internal tray inside of the setup box with a little handle on there. Again, I don't want to give you all of my thoughts. I want to get a discussion going in the comments below. What do you guys think of this? Cost is actually pretty comparable to what you get with your other major brands in store. We didn't find this in store. We'd only found this online. And I think the big thing to point out is this carbon neutral thing. We dug into deep into what they're doing with the batteries, how they're recycling batteries. They use a third-party company to actually do the recycling of these batteries that ultimately are turned into fertilizer, golf clubs, and believe it or not, sunscreen. The zinc oxide can be used in non-toxic sunscreens. Fascinating. So we dug deep into how these things get recycled. Ultimately, we had a lot of questions around, well, how is this carbon neutral? And how are you getting that from this? Because you're still using, it's the same alkaline process. It's the same recycling process. You're providing a path to that, which is noble in itself, because a lot of people just throw their batteries in a landfill. Not great. There are plenty of collection methods, sometimes just on top of your garbage can, so look that up. Food for thought. But they're providing a path for this. And at the end of the day, it is what we assumed it was. They're buying offsets. Not entirely bad in itself, but it's nothing inherent in their process that is producing a carbon neutral battery. They are just using some of the proceeds. And again, with all of this going on, this is significantly less profitable than a major branded battery because they're buying carbon offsets. They are including all this extra packaging, the return program. Like, there's a lot going on here. So I have to imagine that the economics of this are very different from a typical battery. I'm really curious to hear what you think. I think they're doing some really cool things, but let's get a discussion going in the comments below. And yeah, we'll talk to you down there. Thanks for watching Unpacked.